I am Nigerian, and we have a reputation for being cheap. When I was with my ex-girlfriend, she would always have the preference to want to go out to eat at a fancy restaurant. And I personally prefer to just chill and have some fast food. We would go on dates, and I live in Buckhead in Atlanta. So those prices are crazy. We would go to a restaurant, and it would just be like maybe like a simple steak, maybe some potatoes, and like a drink. And between the both of us, that would end up being like $80. And I would look at the bill and I would try everything in my willpower to not show how like agitated I am. Like, why am I paying $80 for this? I would always end up paying the bill, but deep down I was pissed. I'm like, well, this is a waste of money. Like, what the hell? And I'm like, we could have just went to McDonald's or Popeyes and get the same amount of food that tastes better for like $14, $15. I'm a servant of God, and if you're seeking to draw closer to Him, this is where we walk that journey together. You may be cheaper than Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Someone tried to throw away a patty!
Pinch-O-Matic has saved you 5.2 cents.
But, Mr. Krabs, I found that under the grill.
And tomorrow, a customer will find it under his butt.
You may be cheaper than Terry Crews, and everybody hates Chris.
Hey, man. What you doing?
I'm taking canned goods to school for the needy.
That's $2.89 worth of food.
Some of us come from a poor background. As a result of living in poverty, you make a personal pledge, I never want to be in that condition. I'm tired of food stamps. I'm tired of always having to seek money and not have what I want. So I'm never going to put myself in that situation. And some people just simply hate being broke. An obsessive fixation on money may be justified or needed for a season in your life, but the problem becomes when it just ultimately becomes who you are and dominates your mind, and you start to become a slave towards money. Money starts to use you instead of you using money. The real problem is when your love of money is greater than your love of God. That's when you truly have a problem with money. And there's a great Bible verse, Matthew 6:24, and it says, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you'll be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. It's impossible to be in love with both money and God. And if I'm being honest with myself, there was a time where my love of money was greater than my love of God. And I had this unhealthy fixation that everything I had to do, I had to save every penny, every money so that I can become a millionaire and have all this glorious stuff. And it created a lot of anxiety within me, and it made doing business just not that fun. A common quote is, money is the root of all evil. And I would add a nuance to that. I believe money is not necessarily the root of all evil. It is the love of money that is the root of evil. Once people become too greedy and unwilling to let go of their personal wealth or possessions to an unhealthy degree, that's when money becomes problematic. Hebrews 13:5 says, keep your life free from love of money and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. It's the love of the money that's the problem. And a lot of people, especially in America, were so fixated on making as much money as possible, but at what cost? I think many of us, we lose ourselves in the pursuit of money because we think that money will solve all of our problems. A lot of people, we are aware of this truth, but our actions don't reflect it. You may be having this problem if you literally think about money all the time, and you're pretty much a slave to money because that's where your mind is just always at. Think of Mr. Krabs. No disrespect to my guy, Mr. Krabs, but he's definitely a slave to money, and we don't want to be like him. So what can we do to free ourselves of this financial insecurity? The answer can be found in one of my favorite Bible verses, which is, God loves a cheerful giver. When we give, we are telling God we have faith that you will provide for us. And we're not just holding on to whatever we have. Because whenever we're in that hold, all of this is mine, me, and I can't give this away, this is a form of fear. And we're scared that if we release this, then, oh no, like I lost everything that I worked for and I'm never gonna get it back. And we should not be operating out of fear. We should be operating out of faith. So when we're giving, that's a sign of faith. When I give to my church, when I give to the homeless, when I give to my co-workers, that is gonna come back to me in abundance. And when we let go of that love of money and that obsessive grind mindset, we become lighter and freer. So if you know anyone who behaves like Terry Crews from Everybody Hates Chris or Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants, share this with them. And if this video helped you draw closer to God, please like, comment, subscribe, and peace out. Much love.